Everything you think you know about addiction and sobriety might just be wrong. Let's shatter some myths that might be holding you back. First of all, welcome back to my channel. My name is Dex Murphy, and I'm a transformational coach for men and fathers that struggle with addictions of all forms of fashion in order to break free and step into a life of freedom, purpose, and empowerment. And today we'll be exploring 5 of the biggest myths around addiction and sobriety in order to uncover the truths that nobody talks about. So let's dive in. The first myth that I want to jump into is addiction is simply a lack of willpower. First of all, this is a completely false narrative. Addiction is such a complex interplay of so many factors, including the biological and chemistry makeup of one's body and mind, and how it might respond to substance or inputs or extreme environmental situations, and or the level of trauma that one is exposed to in their life, or the level of emotional pain that one is carrying because of this trauma and or other instances in their life, and or the environment that one is exposed to, maybe in their childhood or their current living environment. All these are external factors that play into addiction that are completely unique to each and every individual, and by no means are a testament to their level of strength or power. So to sit there and say that somebody that's an addict or has a destructive compulsive behavior is weak and lacks willpower is actually a dangerous narrative. And with it comes a lot of stigma that induces a lot of shame on these individuals. And that shame makes it even harder for those individuals to recover or to seek recovery or to feel like they're worthy of recovery. I will tell you firsthand, working with hundreds of addicts and alcoholics, and a lot of my clients are some of the strongest people I've ever met in my life. And they have taken on their addiction because it is a way to run from the level of stress, trauma, overwhelm, life situations that they have been exposed to in order to survive, and that they've found these ways to get through with addiction. So to sit here and say that they're weak is completely false, and it's a myth that needs to be shattered because of the level of shame that it puts on those with addiction. And the truth is, you didn't choose your addiction because you're weak or you're broken. You chose it because the level of pain inside is so big that you've chosen that addiction in order to run from that pain and in order to get through that pain. And that's okay. And from that standpoint is a different perspective. So to bring in that soft and gentle and compassionate approach that you are not weak, you are actually powerful and strong, and that there is another way to live. And that's the way through. So the second myth we're going to bust today is that sobriety just means a boring, joyless life. That is another narrative that is completely false and couldn't be further from the truth. It is a complete misconception that a life without substance or alcohol or a compulsive destructive behavior is a life that is dull or devoid of fun. On the contrary, a life of sobriety, once you move through the challenge and you land in sobriety, what comes with it is clarity, deeper connections, true fulfillment, a sense of knowing who you are, as opposed to that life of addiction where it's filled with emotional overwhelm, anxiety, confusion, never feeling like you're on track to your purpose, or continuing to fail to meet your goals and your desires, or giving up on those things that mean a lot to you. The contrary of that is finding out who you truly are, being able to be in your own skin and enjoy life on life's terms, and therefore meet new people, explore new places, explore things that you truly love to do without substance. And yeah, it might seem scary, but once you get through that and you land in that, it's a beautiful life. So to think that it's boring or joyless is a completely false narrative. The third myth I want to bust today is that you have to hit rock bottom in order to get sober. The truth is that you can get sober at any moment you choose to do so, and you get the support that you need in order to get sober. And that can be today. If you make that powerful choice, you won't have to hit rock bottom in order to get sober. And the belief that you must hit rock bottom, usually what's behind that is a lot of justification of, oh, it's not that bad yet, or I'm not as bad as that individual that had to go to rehab, or I'm not as destructive in my behavior as that person is. When we carry that belief, it allows us to stay in that destructive behavior way too long. And what comes with that is so many potential costs: cost to your health, cost to your finances, cost to your relationships, cost to your marriage, cost to your relationship with your children. So much is at risk when we stay in that high functioning, addictive behavior and think that we have it covered, or that we haven't hit bottom yet, or I won't really change until it gets that bad. That's a narrative that keeps you trapped in that addiction and really just justifies that destructive behavior. Not about comparing ourselves to others. It's about truly being self-aware and knowing what's going on within. And if you're already aware that you might have a problem, yet you're putting it off until you hit rock bottom in order to change, step back and drop into that self-awareness. That self-awareness is a powerful place to be, and from that power, you can make that power to change. The truth is, you don't have to hit bottom before you decide to change, and you can change today. So the fourth myth that we're going to bust today is the belief that you have to do this alone. This is another narrative that is completely unnecessary and also false. And what's usually behind the belief that you have to do it alone is the idea that reaching out for help and seeking help is a sign of weakness. And I will tell you, the absolute contrary is true. If you're aware that you might have a problem or an addiction and you want help with it, the idea of reaching out for help is a sign of strength, not weakness, because it is a testament to your self-awareness that something's not working in your life and you can't control it, and that it is a testament to your desire to change and become a different person. And that is a sign of strength, not weakness. And I will tell you, you do not have to do this alone, nor should you. Addiction is a very complex thing, and having that support system around you, whether it's through mentorships or coaching or therapy or 12-step recovery group, whatever that is, having that support system and getting that help and not doing it alone is paramount to the healing process and getting through addiction. And being in collaboration and connection with others during healing accelerates the healing process and creates a sustainable and lasting transformation. So do not believe that you have to do it alone. You do not have to, and nor should you. You are worth getting the help, and it is a sign of strength in order to do so. So the fifth myth that we're going to bust today is this idea that sobriety is the end of the road. There's this huge misconception that sobriety is the end of the road, and once you get sober, your life is over, and you're stuck to this boring, restrictive existence. But I'll tell you firsthand, nothing is farther from the truth. Sobriety isn't about the ending. It is about the beginning. It's not the end of partying or having fun. It is the start of living a life that is real and meaningful and truly fulfilling. Sobriety opens doors to clarity, authentic relationship, and opportunities that you never thought were possible when addiction had a hold of you. When I got sober, I didn't lose my freedom, I gained it. I stopped running from and numbing out all of my emotions, and I started feeling them. I stopped running from life, and I started leaning in and truly embracing life through all of its challenges and all of its joys. I strengthened my relationships with myself and others. I stepped into being a father and a loving husband. I stepped fully into my purpose, and none of that would have been possible had I not chose a life of sobriety. The truth is, sobriety is not a limitation, it's a liberation. It's a chance to fully step into and create a life that you're proud of. It's a way to turn pain into purpose and power. It's not giving up something you need, but it's stepping into creating something that you want and you truly desire and that's always been missing. So if you're holding back because you think sobriety is giving up a life of freedom, fun, and fulfillment, let this be a wake-up call to you that sobriety isn't the end. Sobriety is the beginning to everything that you've always wanted. So those are the 5 myths that we've busted today. I truly hope that they're no longer holding you back. Remember, they are just stories keeping you stuck. And at the very least, I hope this video provided some clarity, momentum, and motivation in order to step out of your addiction and choose a life of sobriety. And if you're ready to break free and start your journey towards freedom, empowerment, and true healing, know that it is possible, and I'd love to guide you. Book a free discovery call today. We can get on the phone and see where you're at and how we can move through together. And if you found this video helpful, please hit the like button below and subscribe to my channel for more content like this around addiction, fatherhood, personal growth, and transformation. And if there's something in this video that resonated with you, please leave a comment below. I'd love to hear from you, hear your perspective, and open up some dialogue. And remember, you do not have to do this alone. Take that first powerful step for change today, and I'll walk this path with you. Thank you so much for watching. Have a beautiful day, and I'll see you in the next video.